Hello everyone, and welcome back to Remains to be Seen, the D&D show where one group's past could determine the other group's future. I am your host and DM, Rover Elliott, pronouns he, they, and today I am here with...
Annie Ruby, she, her.
Elizabeth Simpson, she, her.
Joe Mendacium, all the pronouns.
And Mirah G, she, her.
And who are you guys playing?
Josie, whose brain is absolutely chock full of lore now.
Corwin, who's read really quite a lot in the last 81 minutes.
Viktor, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
And Una, who can speak dead languages?
Why can you speak dead languages, Mia? Do you want to explain that for us?
So, to recap the previous episode, also, dear listener, if you're joining us on this adventure right now, this is an episode 14. What are you doing? Go back to the first episode.
Why?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
We're happy to have you, but what the
This
fuck?
is episode 15.
Sorry, this is an episode 15. That's very true. So, what happened in episode 14? We have been given a huge amount of lore, thanks to Corwin and Josie, who decided to visit the newspaper archive section of the library. And they have learned a lot of things about Corwin's sister, about Kazor. There has been a lot of natural D20s happening left, right, and center. We have a huge lore dump. If you want to know what it is, go and listen to that episode. In the meantime, and they spent 81, and I need to accentuate that, 81 minutes doing that. Good research. While Una and Viktor were going to a different section, Una was hoping to find some archives, administrative archives. Viktor was stealing more books, or presumably planning to steal more books. And Una then saw a blue light, footsteps-like things showing up, followed said footsteps, came out to a completely different section of the library, which conveniently was completely empty. And with a bit of an investigation, an illusion has been dropped around a bench that was so inconspicuously placed somewhere in the other room. And Viktor and Una, hand in hand, walked down a very long staircase and went through a very long corridor. And no, it did not take them 81 minutes to do so. And stumbled upon I remember it was being described as a very big door with some kind of arcane lock. Maybe not the spell arcane lock, but some kind of magic used to lock it.
It definitely was the spell arcane lock, definitely.
It definitely was that spell, thank you. And trying to figure out how to open it, Una spoke in the dead tongue that Viktor was able to understand, but not knowing themselves what the language was, due to the comprehend languages, which has been casted with a very good forward thinking from Joe.
I'm clever, what can I say?
Yes. And a little bit of a discussion was to be had. Una was very confused, she doesn't remember doing it. And then they walked through the door and came into Viktor's happy place, which is shelves upon the shelves of books related to Hades, and also what has been described, and how I understood it, it was either a huge statue or a spiraling staircase resembling a dragon.
It is, you guys went through the statue as the illusion?
We went through the statue.
Yeah, and then you got into Radcam, which is a Radcliffe camera in Oxford, and along the side of the walls, like, you know how the building is like very circular? It kind of went along the walls. There's just like almost a snake-like, but with scales along the walls all the way up. And then in the middle there's the dragon head looking down.
With the maw open, yeah.
Yeah, the maw open.
And Una has realized that there are, in fact, dragons in dungeons. And that's where we left off.
Yeah, there are dragons in dungeons. Fantastic. We are picking up with Viktor and Una, who have just stepped foot in Radcam.
Tightly squeezing your hand. Viktor goes, I don't think I can ever repay you for this. This is... Fuck me.
I don't think you should be thanking me yet. I don't feel at ease at this place right now.
Well, feel comfortable for both of us. And he's going to let go of your hand and strut to the nearest bookshelf.
Okay. There are bookshelves all along the walls, except for the areas where the swirly starts. Other than that, you give an investigation roll, Vic.
Investigation. Oh, shit. Okay.
Una, in the meantime, give me a wisdom save.
So I rolled a 17, and I have +5 in investigation. So it's 22.
Let's go.
Thank you.
The wisdom save is a 10.
Oof.
Good.
No, it's not.
Ruh-roh.
I'm sure this is fine and we'll have no repercussions.
I have spared the dying. It's fine. I can.
I want to start by saying that everything that happens, I have asked people about, and that was all double checked.
Permissions have been granted.
So,
Read the trigger warnings.
Vic, these books are all written in ancient Draconic, and there are books, there are manuscripts, there are journals, and as you put your hand on one of them,
It's going to be the left hand this time. I don't think he does that on purpose, but it's the left hand.
the left hand, and it's like without hearing it, the moment one of your fingers touches the book, there is what normally is a daintily hand that you've held before grabs onto your wrist, and as you look next to you, you can see Una, eyes filled with blue glow, and the grip. She shouldn't even have the strength that she is holding this with. And she is just looking at you, and it's almost like this type of blue glow is also like flame-wise almost coming out of her mouth.
Victor's just grinning, not taking the eyes off of her. Slowly raising the other hand to touch a book.
Can I have an intelligence saving throw, Victor?
I'm here to play the game. Okay. Intelligence. 19 plus 3, which also is a 22.
Nice.
So you will take half.
Yes.
Rose, like, did I
That's a lot of
stutter?
rattle.
That sounded like a lot of die. I cannot cast Spare the Dying on myself, by the way.
You left the two people who can heal you in the other side of the library.
I know.
I have 5 healing potions in my pocket.
Oh,
right
I rolled garbage.
now. Thank fuck.
Yes.
Holy
My god, the
fuck.
way I held my breath just now.
That, by the way, for everyone, that was 8d6.
I only have 24 hit points, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's my max. I'm healthy right now. I was.
So if those all hit 3, you would have been done.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, right, half.
The total damage is 19, which means half is rounded down 8. You take 8 necrotic damage,
Ooh.
Interesting.
and the book crumbles under your fingers
Ooh.
into pure dust. And you still have Una clamping down around your arm. You are going to add to that 4
Ooh.
piercing damage from the nails that are going into your wrist.
Alright, you take the lead then. If you're so eager.
Question.
Yeah.
Una is touching Vic's left hand.
Left hand with the blue glow that is coming off from beneath your glove. and both the shadowy ink and the blue glow seem to swirl around each other on both of your hands.
Am I able to let go of Vic's hand?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
That is a nat 20.
Yes, you can. And you will, from now on, have 1 level of exhaustion.
Thank you.
Which means, by the way, with 1 level of exhaustion, you can get rid of that, I think, with a long rest. Yeah, that means you have disadvantage on ability checks. If the exhaustion level goes up, your speed is halved, and it can go up to level 6. Once you're on 6, you are dead.
I'm at half my health, by the way.
Oh,
just in case someone was wondering.
Sorry.
I have 12. Amazing.
Yeah, I was about to say, half health in about 3 seconds there.
So, is Una, like, back? Aware?
Fully back. The glow disappears, and you are aware. Definitely with a natural 20, you are aware.
Vic, I'm so sorry. Just don't touch
Don't be.
anything.
Yeah, I got the message. You can tell that to your boss, too.
What?
Well, I'm assuming... Okay. I try to not be insensitive about it, but I'm assuming you have something to do with the Cult of Hades and all the blue glowy stuff and the hand grabbing. And I feel like, if I may, he has like you can see the imprint Una left.
Oh yes.
And I'm assuming, since this happened, something took over.
Trust me? Please do trust me when I tell you this. I don't know. I know as much as you do right now.
Oh no. Don't get me wrong. I understand that you have no fucking clue what's going on. I am very pumped about this. He is generally grinning. Like, he is in pain, but also it's like, this is cool.
Right. Let's take care of that before we do anything else. Like, can you heal yourself or do anything? Like, I don't even know what I've done to you.
I mean, there's 5 healing potions in my pocket. In case I fall over dead, take them. Before that happens, I guess give me one, but right now I'd rather see what the fuck we can do here.
Right. Just please do me a favor and take one now. I feel so much better about it, in case.
Above table, how much is minor healing potions?
2d4 plus 2.
You might be able to heal to max.
He's going to...
Okay. While you do that, I'm going to pop over to our other side over there. Where you guys have just gotten the knowledge that you've gotten in the previous episode.
Yeah, I think in response to that, actually, Annie, how would Josie have been looking through these papers? So I'm envisioning Corwin would have grabbed a stack of them and laid them out on the floor, and she sat cross-legged on the floor going through things. How is Josie going through things?
Josie would have also kind of pulled a huge stack, especially with 81 minutes. I think that a big part of that is that we were just grabbing shitloads of it rather than being discerning. So Josie would have a big pile of it and would have sat at a table and been like a desk of some sort and been pulling the ones that are relevant into one pile and then discarding everything else and then spreading them out to read them. And I think also for flavor, she would have, after settling in, she would have taken Jazzy out of her pocket, put him on the table, and just whenever she's like reading through one, she's just kind of idly petting him with her other hand as she's reading, just not even thinking about it, not noticing that she's doing it.
I don't know what birds do when it sounds like they're purring, but that is exactly what's going on. Can I have a perception check from... That is so cool, by the way. Jesus Christ, I can't do that. That's amazing. Can I have a perception check from Josie and Corwin?
That's an 11 from Corwin.
8.
Keep talking.
The good rolls have finally worn off.
We're consumed with our studies.
And because it was said in chat, I just do want to mention, I know what having birds is like, not having had them myself, but I know enough people who have. That parrot has shit on at least one newspaper. 100%. There's no possible way it hasn't. But yeah, I think Josie is definitely gonna ask Corwin, like, okay, what'd you find out about your sister? I can't read French, so.
Literally nothing. Corwin is going to look very pale and like almost kind of sick at just like the collection of news that they've gathered. And she's gonna like toss down a paper in French. Nothing. They haven't made any progress at all. This is useless. Tell me you found anything else.
Some things, yeah. I'm very interested in, of all the disappearances here, I think the one we haven't given enough attention to is Graham, the prisoner from the Solar Bastion. The circumstances of his arrest and of the news coming out of the Solar Bastion in the past 10 years since then, a lot of it doesn't add up. There's a photo of him being arrested, supposedly recaptured after taking the deck of many things. He doesn't have anything on him in this photo in the newspaper here. He's empty-handed and not resisting.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know. He seems to have disappeared around the same time as everybody else. I just have a feeling that he might be the key to the rest of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Corwin is gonna look over your shoulder at the picture. Ro, is there any shenanigans happening with this picture? Just checking because of weird picture shenanigans earlier.
Which of the pictures? Are we talking about Graham getting pulled away?
Yes.
Yeah, Graham getting arrested. The creepy grin.
Yeah.
Once you like trace your fingers over the picture, there is indeed a similar golden line that comes off of it. On two places onto his forehead, up, and then it stops, and then it glows down, and there is the small, almost pointy tail in a swirl, and shows him like some kind of demonic, devilish creature, and then it goes away.
Would it look like Josie's tail?
Yeah, I think it would look similar to Josie's tail. Yeah, absolutely.
I would assume.
Corwin is going to trace specifically the lines of light, which I'm assuming that Josie can't see.
Yeah. By the way, I want to make clear, because I'm talking devilish creature, we're not talking about the horns going haha sideways and in a... We're talking from the middle of the forehead all the way up.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay.
Not that people are immediately thinking, oh, it's immediately a typical devil sign, because the horns are very much different, and it's more of a tiefling kind of tail.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so Corwin is going to trace those lines of light. Josie, tell me that you're seeing this.
I'm not lying to you, Corwin. I can't do that.
There's something else in this picture. It's gold. It almost looks tiefling-esque. It has these horns coming out from the forehead and a tail. It's kind of like superimposed behind Graham.
Well, look, I don't see it, but I am starting to think. I won't ask any questions. I promised you I wouldn't, and I won't. But I am going to ask as a favor that even if it makes you a little bit uncomfortable, we might need you to keep looking for these details and explaining them to us. If we can't see them and you can, there's a reason. And unless that reason is something is lying to you, we need to know about it.
Corwin is like fists tight, like nails digging into her palm, kind of looking away. Okay. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Thank you. I listen. If anyone knows how much of a problem it is to ask something like that of somebody, it's me. And you will never find out why. But just trust me when I say, I know how hard it is to be asked that, and I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Josie.
Josie, before we get up, is going to try to pocket this paper, by the way, when we're leaving the room.
You're pocketing the paper?
We're pocketing the
Just
paper?
this one, yeah.
Incredible.
Just, 'cause I need that photo to come with us. I need that photo.
Okay.
Yes.
A door closes, but there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it.
Oh, there definitely wasn't a tabaxi in the room that neither of us perceived, you know?
That's fine.
Have from Corwin a perception check.
What is happening?
That's a 9.
Oh, Corwin, please.
I know,
love
I'm
you
sorry.
so much, baby girl, but what the fuck?
It's karma
would
for the last few episodes.
You need Joe's dice.
I would roll better if I could.
Corwin, maybe this area has always been quite empty. Maybe you just didn't notice that there weren't a lot of people in here, but...
Oh, shit.
I mean, you guys were in here for like 81 minutes.
Yeah.
It makes sense at some point people left, or like you were so engrossed into the stuff that you were reading that you didn't really notice. Josie, can I also now have a perception check from you?
Roll better, Josie.
18. That's
Thank
better.
18.
Goodness.
It's silent. Too silent. And you can kind of cast a look around, and there seems to be one person still in the room. Like a dark denim jacket on, seems to be wearing like an armband,
Hell
looking
yeah.
down on the on the table. There's also like two similar people on the balconies that seem to be looking at bookshelves. And you're fairly certain that the armband at the balcony has a chess piece on them. But you're not... You're fairly certain that there is a chess piece on at least one person who's on the balcony on their armband.
Josie is going to pull the shield and the Morningstar out and just look over at Corwin and say, Corwin, point to the one nearest us at the table with their head down and say, game time.
Corwin grabs her halberd and, gets ready, kind of back to back with Josie.
Stanced up.
Yep.
Okay. They don't move?
Josie will pocket that paper and then go, if they don't move, we need to go find the others. Top priority. If they follow us, we deal with them. But if they just stay here, we know where they are. Don't start something we're not going to finish. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
With the 18, I will count that as also being able to see on the balcony the wooden pillars that hold the railings of this of the balcony seem to have scratch marks in them, as in something has scraped against it, as ripped a part of the wood off of it.
No.
Climbing up or down it, something like that.
Yeah, and this seems to be near the person that is on the balcony.
Would I happen, because I was the one who originally said spider at the train, because of the specific thing that I realized was spider was the footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the same pattern that I'm seeing here?
Probably. It
Okay.
seems
Close
very
enough.
similar. Close
Yeah.
enough.
Different material, but same pattern. Yeah, okay, got you.
Yeah. Are you guys moving towards the door?
Yeah, I am, without taking my eyes off of the one closest to us, especially if we have to walk past, I am heading back to where we last saw the other two.
Corwin, you're also walking backwards, or?
Yes. Yeah, Corwin is going to be
We're
keeping
gonna
her
get
eyes
jumped.
on these people. Corwin's going to be keeping her eyes on these people. She will also just quietly cast create water on the papers that they've been looking at, just as kind of a, I don't know if it
Fucking
matters
library.
that people know.
How do you quickly cast create water?
It is a very, very quick spell. She just whispers something in Elvish, and water falls in kind of like a little wave splash over those papers. She can control the amount, I believe, and so it's just enough to kind of obscure them. Like, she didn't set them on fire. She didn't want to really set off any alarm. She just wanted to kind of make it not easy for someone else to do the same research.
Trace our steps,
because these
yeah.
people are being sus.
Give me another perception check, both of you.
We're so good at these.
Nat fucking 20.
That's freaking. Wait, okay, I got a 19. Every time Annie rolls a nat 20, I get a 19. I love this.
The both of you, and I say for Josie, you can you now seeing that it has something to do with the spider-like senses, it's almost like behind you can hear that and both of you turn around, and at the door is another, the same type. I think it was the horse on the armband is there, hanging from nothing in front of the door. And I need the both of you to roll me an Arcana check before I ask for an initiative order.
Yeah, let's do it. 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
Once Josie kind of like notices literally everything that has now been seen, whatever is going on in this archive, there is one large illusion around it. And now I need you guys to roll initiative, and I will move back towards the other group. Hey, Hades Lot, how are you guys doing?
Do you think we can ask Hades to save our friends? If I ask nicely. I mean, I kind of touched his stuff without consent, so
he might not like
I
that.
shouldn't ask.
But right,
Okay.
that's above the table, right? Oh god, oh god.
Okay, we have no idea what's
No.
going on. Oh fuck. Okay.
What was the last thing? Oh, Viktor taking the potion, right?
Yep.
I drank the potion. I'm back to 19.
Una would have been literally watching Viktor drink it to make sure that he does. Just like, thank you.
Stop worrying so much about me. Worry about that stuff, gesturing to the books, and the shit going on with you, Una. I appreciate the worry, obviously. But being taken over by something you don't know about is pretty fucking scary.
And also using your favorite hand to touch something that you don't know what it does also is not the smartest thing. Viktor?
My favorite hand? What do you mean? He holds it up, like the marking on his hand has significantly grown overnight. Not necessarily the favorite. But I didn't do it on purpose. I don't really know why. What the fuck are we doing with the books? Oh, this place, really.
Una would actually take off her gloves now, because looking at Vic's hand would make her think, oh shit, I probably should examine my own hands. Takes off the gloves. Just step back. I will try to touch one of them, and I just don't want you to be too close.
I ready another healing potion. Sure. You try then.
Una is going to touch the book with her left hand, which is not her favorite hand. She's right-handed. Also, looking at the hand, is anything happening with that hand? Is it more cracked?
It is definitely more cracked. And it's also because of the blue glow that both of you can now see as well. Is etched into those cracks.
Oh, here goes nothing. And then she just reaches out to the closest book, hoping that Viktor is anywhere between 25 to 30 feet away from her.
Oh, is it like the kind of thing where he steps back half a step and Una's like gesturing for going back further, and he just begrudgingly inches away?
Doesn't do anything until she's satisfied with the distance.
He's back at the fucking door, like at the entrance, like, happy, get to do your thing now.
Under her breath, like, yeah, thank you. Just touch the book. Do I explode? Do I die?
It's a book. Why would anything happen?
Then just going through the motions. Like, takes the book, tries to read the title.
There's no title.
Opens the book and looks into the book. Just, like, very much like opening it as if that would help anything, and not really holding it too close to her face, although I don't think that will make any difference. And just reads through, or tries to read through. Does it?
Once you open the book, you can feel that same glow coming from your gloves, and it snaps shut. Your hands without control snap shut. Yes. You can hear from within your head.
Let's not do this with an outsider involved.
Does it sound like a command or a suggestion?
It very much feels like a command.
Viktor?
You didn't explode. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of
And
did that.
also, I didn't expect for the book to be so snappy. I really do not trust doing anything else whilst you are around, because if I am trying to open a book and it closes on me with my own hands, and given what I've just done to you, maybe you should go and fetch the others. Maybe they could make a sense out of all of this, and I will try and not explode, I guess.
He looks up at the dragon head on the ceiling like, I guess you gotta invite a god to dinner first or something. Try not to get eaten by them. Do we have any way of communication? Do you have any way of communication?
Oh, I do.
Joe asks, knowing what's going on there.
So, to answer Viktor's question, you would hear Una's voice, and I hope it's only Una's voice, in your head. Because I'm gonna use another ability that my rogue has, which is called Psychic Whispers, meaning that I can establish a telepathic communication between myself and others. It is a magic action, but I choose one or more creatures I can see. Well, I can only see Viktor. Up to a number equal to my proficiency, and then I need to roll a die to establish how long the communication is going to be for. So, psionic die, and I get one. Level 3, I get 4d6s, so let me... It's a 6, so that means that for the remainder of 6 hours, that chosen creature can speak with me telepathically, send and receive messages up whenever they are within 1 mile away from me.
Oh, wow. Ah, this is so good.
Incredible.
So it would be like, I think this should help. And it's like a voice of Una in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just Una's voice? I'm now paranoid.
Why would it not be just Una's voice? What are you talking about? It's just Una.
That's helpful. Alright, don't explode. And I head out back to where we came from.
Sweet of you to worry.
You can fade through the statue and go down into the tunnel.
Oh, shit! Wait, I'm so sorry. He pushes the healing potion into your hand and then leaves.
Good call.
Good job. Proud.
Thank you. Pockets it in an easy to reach place.
I want everyone once again to deafen, except for Una. So, you are alone in the knowledge of Cult of Hades.
If she has a chance before anything happens, she would just very sarcastically just go, satisfied?
You can hear from the draconic statue above your head.
Very satisfied. Now, where shall we begin?
What is it that you want from me? I guess we could start there. We could also start with, who are you?
Your family made a promise to me. You are such a being of purpose. So so good for the family. I need an archivist to keep this going.
So, a custodian? Of what exactly? I'm a scribe. I know how to use weapons. I don't know who I am other than that. What use do you have from me?
All of the knowledge you need is right here. Every single bit of it. And you, my custodian, are not to be, stereotypical in any way, but you are the chosen one. Not by me. If I would have chosen anyone, it would not have been you, but your family took a lot of pride in you. And I will make sure that your family lives on, no matter what happens.
Where are they?
How am I supposed to know? I have been silenced for many years.
By who?
Who knows? I am unsure, and maybe the answer lies here. And I will not have some outsider touch any divine knowledge that are not meant for them.
Well, if it means hurting them, I think that was a good enough deterrent. I can try and not let them do that. I don't necessarily want to hurt them again. Did you do this to me? Did you put me away?
As powerful as I am, I did not. I had no control over this. But maybe that was good for once. It would have been sad if all of my people were dead.
I died, didn't I?
Possibly.
That's wrong. I don't... If I agree to work with you, can you in turn help me?
I am a god. Of course I will help you. Why would I not?
Well, why would you not? I guess. Just don't hurt the... Well, calling them friends so soon might be a bit much, but don't hurt the people I'm currently with. They also might be useful to you, to me, I don't know. It's just a whole mess I need to figure out, and I can't do it by myself.
As long as they do not touch anything sacred that is supposed to be yours, I will keep them alive and protect you, while you protect me.
That's a deal.
Fantastic.
All of the books in the entire space fall out one by one. And then they open. And this large blue lights come out and start flaming together. And as one seem to almost engulf you in a space, your eyes glowing completely blue. And while that happens, there is suddenly this pull from the open maw of the dragon, pulling all of that blue light out. You now no longer have exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
And you get a +2 on Constitution. +2 on your score, not your modifier, but
yeah. So I've got 14, I'm gonna up it to 16.
16, yes.
So that's gonna bring up the modifier by 1.
You feel stronger. You know things. And all of the knowledge that feels like there was first nothing feels like there's so much.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't understand it, but you know that you can't understand it yet. And that at some point you will understand what is going on and what you need to do. So, the initiative order is the door person and the table person. I will give them the same initiative order. They rolled a natural 20. Then we have Corwin
Of
with her
course they
21. The balcony people rolled like a 17. And then there's Josie with a 3.
Good old 3.
Good old 3.
Cool.
So,
Roll?
yes.
Should I also roll initiative to see when Viktor arrives?
Yes, do that. Roll me initiative, and then I'll say when you add into it.
Sure.
I will say there's at least 2 rounds with just them, and then
Oh, people don't die. I have the healing potion. I have spared the dying.
It's
I
okay.
can save
We
you.
both have healing spells.
Yeah, both of us can heal. We'll be okay.
okay.
I'll just turn into a bear. I'll double my hit points. It's fine.
15.
15. Okay. The person that is in front of you, head still down, but suddenly the head tilts up, the eyes open, and it's like this fear, like, not that they are trying to scare you, but that they are kind of like terrified themselves. Before they are gonna do 2 attacks with something you currently can't see, which is rolled with advantage. Which still, I don't think really matters for Josie. Josie, what is your AC?
17.
So that's 1 miss, and then there's 1 going for Corwin. Corwin, what is your AC?
15. Because she can't hold her shield with the halberd.
I'm already not picking these dice. I hate them. Rolling with advantage. That is insane. It like climbs towards you, and you're not too sure. It seems like, definitely Josie can tell, it feels like there's a wind coming past you, as if something is trying to go past you with a move, but you can't really see it. The person behind you at the table doesn't move. Like, the only movement that they do is crank their head behind them, and in a twist kind of moves around. Corwin, that is your turn.
Alright, Corwin is...
It's levitating, by the way. It's very much levitating.
Oh gosh. That's fine. Corwin is going to cast Dreadful Aspect,
Ooh!
which is one of her channel divinities.
Tell us what that looks like.
So, she is going to kind of like take a deep breath and like draw herself up, but this is a silent spell. But essentially, it channels all of the darkest emotions of an Oathbreaker and kind of surrounds her with this aura of just menace and anger and fury and hate. She has never used this before, but she summons it, and essentially everyone who is not Josie in this room needs to make a DC 15 wisdom save or have the frightened condition for 1 minute.
What was the area of effect again?
Within 30 feet.
30 feet. So I will say that is definitely the person in front of you and at the table. I will not count the balcony folks.
Sure.
One of them makes it, the one who's in front of you. The person on the table, at the table doesn't. Tell me what happens.
Excellent. So they are now mechanically frightened of me for 1 minute. I was looking up the frightened condition. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while I am within their line of sight. They also cannot willingly move closer to the source of the fear. So they cannot willingly move closer to me or Josie, since Josie's right next to me. That will be her whole action, but she will whisper to Josie, "Stay next to me, they can't come closer, or at least that one can't."
Was that your entire turn?
I think that's all. Yes, yeah, because I won't want to move. We're kind of optimally placed.
The balcony folks. One of them, kind of like leans back and grabs the side of the railing, and like their legs flip over it as if they're crawling out of it, and you can see those gashes in the wooden railing scratch into more of them, as if it's actually climbing down, and it levitates downwards. And both of these are doing this while climbing on the side of the railing towards you with their arms, and their legs are still like levitating, and their heads are still tilted down, eyes closed. That is Josie.
All right. So, a lot of things I could do here. If Josie were to attempt a spell attack on not one of the ones that is levitating, but directly beneath and past them, like I'm trying to hit the thing carrying them. Like, if I'm aiming at a spot directly beneath their feet or directly like next to them or whatever, rather than at them, how much penalty am I undertaking for shooting kind of blind?
You're gonna be rolling with disadvantage, I think.
And that would be it?
Yeah, I think that would be it.
Okay. Okay. And so you said there was the first attacks that missed a thing, like there was like wind going past us.
Yeah, like something that, like, there was a movement happening just before you that just didn't hit you.
Right. And then there's more climbing down the pillar with these. Does it look like each one of them has a separate thing holding it, or is one thing holding two of them? If I could tell. Are the footsteps down both?
There's two different ones.
Great,
because
okay.
the balconies are far enough away from each other that they
each
are
got
two different ones.
That sucks. Okay. Should be all right. Let's see. I am going to attempt on the one closest to us, the one that attacked.
Yeah.
I am going to attempt to hit it with Starry Wisp.
Ooh, okay. Tell me what it looks like and tell me what it does.
Well, should I roll first and then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. First, let's do that. Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay. Disadvantage. Oh my god, I rolled 15 twice. That's a fucking 21. I got a +6 on spell attacks.
Yeah, hits.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Okay, so Starry Wisp, she basically, like, as she's standing there, the leg comes down in front of her, and she kind of, like, steps back for a second, and then just looks toward where she thinks this spider will be, puts the Morningstar forward, and just yells something very quick and druidic. And out of the end of the Morningstar, since it's what she's holding right now, there comes just a quick beam of pure moonlight that just goes, like a laser shot, basically, off and directly into where the spider is. Now, the fun thing about Starry Wisp is, on hit, the target takes 1d8 radiant damage, which I will roll in a moment. And until the end of my next turn, it emits dim light in a 10-foot radius and cannot be invisible.
Oh.
I'm so glad I hit this.
Nice.
I am so glad I hit this.
Roll me the damage while I explain what this creature looks like.
Do I add anything, by the way, to the damage? I don't know what modifiers I use for this.
Good question. I don't think so. With magic, I think it's just the spell.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I think it would say in the spell. So that's just 2 damage.
So, you hit it, and when that dim light radiates from it, you can finally see how this thing is moving. Trigger warning for body horror. You can see how it's holding itself. How it is levitating. As a ribcage that shouldn't be on the outside holds them up at the front, at the back, and from the back at the spine are 8 bones of spider legs coming up, pulling them around from side to side as the body only moves with what the spider legs could. You can see also that the rib cage can, like, the ribs are opening itself up for a moment before closing back in on the body. You can see the gashes that were made in this body, not bleeding anymore, but it's definitely there. Like, this was a person who became death itself, to quote someone from the Protector's side, listeners. Yeah, you hit them for 2 damage. Okay.
Alright. Not the end of my turn quite yet. Josie's gonna, like, as soon as it's revealed and she sees what's going on right there, she's just gonna go, "There you are, motherfucker," and then step back, wild shape into a bear. It's a bonus action.
Incredible.
Nice!
Alright, cool.
Amazing.
Amazing.
It's the turn of Table and Dora fella, who Table fella can't do anything because of the frightened condition.
You can, it's just with disadvantage.
Yeah, but I can't move closer.
Oh, yes, but you can't move closer.
Yep, you can't do shit.
I can't do shit. No, I think while the others are climbing down, this one climbs over the table, and then you obviously, for this one, you can't see the legs, and for the one in front of you either, but the one at the table climbs up onto the railing. And like normally with spiders, it can be really, really fast, but with this, it feels like they actively have to drag the body up, so it's a bit slower. And the one in front of you is obviously going to try and attack both of you again. You can't see its legs yet. So that is a hit on Josie.
Oh. Wait, actually, hold on.
And
Oh, sorry, finish what you're saying, but it might not be hitting me. I have brown bear AC now, so I gotta double check.
oh yeah, of course. What is your AC again, Corwin?
Corwin's is 15.
Oh yeah, no, that hits. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, it definitely hits me.
Okay. Josie gets a scratch from something piercing along her back, while Corwin gets one across her arm. And
This is fine, this is fine, this is fine.
It's okay.
so that is 16 damage on Corwin, and 19 damage for Josie.
That's okay. Do you want to know
Actually-
something? Oh, sorry, go ahead first.
I was gonna say, as a reaction, because Corwin and Josie are still right next to each other, because Josie is right there, Corwin can, as a reaction, intercept that damage and reduce it.
Oh, if you can reduce it without taking more yourself, that's fine. I get triple my druid level in temporary hit points when I wild shape to anything.
It's reducing without taking any,
Okay, then yes, but then yeah, go ahead.
but that is wicked.
Okay.
But yes. This is just truly just kind of like half blocking it a little.
How much can you reduce it by?
1d10 plus 2.
Roll me a d10.
9.
Great.
Ooh, so you take 10 damage instead.
I am now down 1 from my starting health. That's perfect.
Cool. Corwin, this is your turn again.
Corwin kind of staggers and very quickly does her best to regain her feet. She is going to slash at that one that is closest to us with her halberd. That's a nat 20 to hit, so a 25 total.
That's a critical.
That's a crit!
Crit! Yes!
How do we handle crits, Ro? Do we do double damage dice?
We do double, we roll twice, basically.
Oh, awesome. Okay, perfect. So that is, with her halberd, that's 1d10 plus 3, so it'll be 2d10 plus 3. Is it plus 6? Oh, lovely. Okay, that's 10 damage on the first roll. 9 damage on the second, so 19 plus 6, so 25 damage. Plus,
Smite.
uh,
Smite.
that is crazy. Crit damage. Let's go, baby. Yep, smite. Plus she is going to use Divine Smite as a bonus action, which auto hits and is an additional 2d8 radiant damage.
Holy shit!
So that's 5 plus 3, so 8 radiant damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
There's a reason I put 4 of them in this room.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
And that is Corwin's turn. That's her reaction, action, and bonus action.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Were you attacking the one that hit me or you?
There was only one. It hit both of us.
Oh, it hit both of us?
Yeah,
Okay.
it 2 attacks.
Damn. All right. Well, then I am going to. I think that I could have cast Hellish Rebuke, but I'll leave it alone for this time. No, I couldn't have. I'm in bear form. Never mind. I could not have cast Hellish Rebuke. We're good. Never mind.
Bearish rebuke.
Barely rebuked. Sorry.
Can you remind me how long does Frightened last?
It lasts for 1 minute, which will be, is that 6 rounds?
10 rounds.
10 rounds,
10
thank
rounds. Fucking hell, okay.
you. Ro, do you want to track that on your end, or would you like me to track that on my end?
You track it on your end, please. That would
Yep.
be lovely.
Got it.
Cool. So, the 2 that were climbing down from the balcony, one of them is gonna climb towards Corwin, and the other is gonna climb towards Josie.
Rude.
The one that you can see the body of is going to go for Josie, while the other one is going for Corwin. They climb down, and you can now see the spider legs as they try to slash and pierce at you. First one misses. Second one definitely hits.
Excellent. This was attacking me, you said?
This was attacking you, Josie. So the first one, once again, that pressure, the wind going past you, and the other one slashes at your arm for... Oh, that's nothing. 10 damage.
Okay. Yep, we're alright.
Corwin's going to use her reaction on that as well, so it is, so 3, she intercepts 3 of that damage.
So take 7 damage. Then we have 2 more attacks on Corwin from the other one. That is 1 hit. And that is a crit.
I'm running
I'm sure
so
this is fine.
fast, guys. I'm running so fast.
I'm also on my way.
Okay. So the first normal hit is... So let me explain it. It's 2d8 per hit.
Okay.
Plus 5.
Okay.
So the second one is going to be 4d8 plus 5.
Plus,
This is the first
plus
one.
10. Plus 10, because
Right?
you told us
That
to double
doubles-
the weapon damage.
Doubles as well, no?
The plus doesn't double.
Oh.
The plus is just the force with that what happens. It's just a dice.
Oh, then...
Okay, then point of fact, we doubled it with my crit damage, so you need to add 3 back to the person that I injured.
That's
Sorry
fine.
about that, Ro.
That's fine, I think, with 1 hit. No, you're all good. Alright, so that is 11 for the first hit,
Okay.
and then the crit.
Please roll shit. Please roll shit. Please roll shit. 2 ones, 2 ones, 2 ones. Oh, this is long math.
How many hit points do you have, Corwin?
Currently, 4.
Remind me how many max hit points you had?
31.
Okay. Ooh,
Did
okay,
we-
okay, no. Ooh, okay.
That's
Oh.
immense. Oh no.
Hold up.
It's okay. It's okay. Tell it to me. I'm here to play the game.
You take another 22 damage,
18 under. Yeah.
which brings you down onto the ground, and this is Josie's turn before we end the episode.
Hold on a second. I'm just checking something really quick here. I forget. When someone's in dying state, can I use healing magic to at least stabilize? Is that part of the thing? I'm trying to remember if that's Pathfinder or...
You can stabilize with a DC 10 medicine check. You
or
can also
with
do, if you have it, or with a healing thing.
spell.
Healing spell, yeah.
Okay. Because one of the 3 spells I can cast in animal form is Cure Wounds, so...
She is in 5 foot, so you could.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I am going to cast Cure Wounds then. That is... Okay. Nice. I just healed for 18.
Wonderful. Okay, so
You're back up.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't know how this works. So am I back up on 0 or am I back up on 18? Because I was at negative 18.
You're back on 18.
Cool. Thanks, Josie.
Yeah, so because you did go down, you are still prone, but you have 18 hit points back.
Do I get a scar?
Yes, you do.
Josie's gonna say, not getting out of it this easy. Back on your feet.
Ready when you are. Thanks for that.
And with that, we end this episode before we go into the finale of the prologue.
Finale.
Oh, so stressed.
Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you next week for the Protectors and what happens on the Bounty Hunter side, and the finale for the prologue remains to be seen.
We have to wait 2 weeks to know. We have to wait 2 weeks. This is horror.
This is an attack on us personally.
I hate everything.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye, I guess. Bye.
Bye-bye. Remains to be Seen is an original podcast created by Dyaflame Studios and licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. Today's episode was produced by Anusia Battersby and edited by Rover, Elliott, and Joe Mendacium. It starred Elizabeth Simpson as Corwin Duvall, Joe Mendacium as Viktor Valthayne, Annie Ruby as Josie, Mirah Fae as Una, and Rover Elliott as the Dungeon Master. The intro and outro were composed by We Talk of Dreams, and a transcript was written by Elizabeth Simpson. To get in touch with us and keep up to date with our antics, follow us on Instagram, Bluesky, and TikTok at Dyaflame Studios, or view our website at dyaflame.com. Check out our show notes for additional credits, links, and transcripts.